Okay, I can't state enough. If this is real, guys, we have just done something that nobody else, to my knowledge, has done before.
Well, it's what I've been working on for 4,500 hours.
But this live thing, this is a whole new step. This is a whole... Like, I can't understate the importance of this.
The key was getting the decibels up on the
incoming microphones.
The voices are just too low. They're hidden in between the regular speech of my own questions.
The question still remains. I mean, we have no doubt that this is real. What is it, who we're talking to, etc. But if two guys can sit here in a basement and do this, and you've been doing it for years...
And we heard the same things right now at certain times.
We did. We heard the same thing. We are not funded by anybody. What could a guy do with government funding and, a laboratory and 8 technicians? What could be found? Like, this is mind-numbing stuff, man.
Mind-numbing, all right.
Well, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it's super exciting, and people will look at us like we're just in quacks, man. But we know there's something to this. It's real.
I produced 420-some videos, and every single video has information in it that just blows your mind, or it should blow your mind every time. So I don't know what to say at this point. I don't know how to convince people to check this out.
All right, guys, stay tuned. More to come. All right, guys, I'm just over at Grant's as promised, and Grant's showing me one of the new experiments that he's working on. And this is fascinating stuff because he's actually working on, pardon my hair, he's working on being able to do the sessions where he records water noise and then filters it to work live. And the last step was being able to adjust the incoming microphone up 50 decibels. So we're going to play around today with something here. We're going to try to do a live session, hook it up, run it through his TVs, through the speakers, whatever.
I don't know. It's so much work. I don't know if we're going to
Okay, well, we're going to do something because we're here together, and I want to see if it'll say both our names.
Okay, here's what happened. You guys haven't seen this yet on my channel, but last week I tried to do this experiment. And the problem was the same problem that I've had numerous times where I put the headset on, it's all working, it's being filtered live, and the voices are talking, but they're like between 30 and 50 decibels too quiet to hear. That's coming up on my channel. I've since gone and got some software where I can adjust that pre-amplification of the microphone. I can jack it up 30 decibels, plus I have a manual adjustment on my mic. We could sit here today and actually pump it out of these speakers and have live voices coming at us, but I'm a little hesitant to try it.
So I figure for my channel, because it doesn't matter, let's just run it live. We'll ask it some questions. Maybe we'll be able to decipher with our own ears if it's loud enough. Hey, it said our name, or it said something
That's
relevant.
what I did last week, and I did get some answers.
Okay, so now the other important thing that I want to talk about, he had me here watching this session, which isn't on his channel yet. And right away, I'm telling him, well, there's a male voice, there's a female voice, and you can hear it switching between male and female. So it's not like the crisp software, which is filtering this, is producing the same kind of file over and over and over, where it's just a robotic voice or something that it thinks is a voice that isn't, because there are clearly male and clearly female voices. And it says things that are clear. Sometimes it'll say his name, or it says, something pertinent to the question that he's just asked. So 100% it's voices, and we're trying to figure out what the next step is. I'm saying this would be amazing if we could somehow get AI that would actually interpret what's being said, like a text, a voice to text, and would put in, I think that would be a cool step, but we've got to get this thing clearer somehow. There's so many things. We've got to be able to do it live. We've got to get it clear. You've got to be able to maybe get some kind of text thing. I don't know. There's so many...
What blows my mind is what I have shown from 4 years of work is absolutely amazing responses, and I can't get a base of people interested in this. So it's really hard to push forward and do these experiments when it's like people just like...
There is something to this 100%. There are voices, there are things around us responding to us all the time.
Intelligently.
Okay, so I just finished that video, and we need to do a live session here. Now, I was intrigued right away. Grant asked a question about the color of his controller. So the fact is that this video you guys haven't seen yet, he could actually hear coming through the speaker live. He was communicating live with the spirits instead of having to go to the computer, analyze it, and 3 days later type out the responses. He's like, well, I heard them say King Henry. I heard them say I'm drinking tea. It wasn't perfect, but you could hear them.
I could faintly hear a few words, yes.
Now, there is a question I'm going to ask because he asked what color is this controller, and the spirits clearly, probably the clearest answer I heard, said something that had nothing to do with that controller or its color. It said, ask me if you think I'm dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about that, but we're going to ask them. We're just discussing what we're going to do for setup, and we're going to actually use this Yeti mic because we can physically turn that up 20 decibels, and then you're going to use software to go up another 50
Possible
decibels.
30 decibels. So 50 total.
Okay.
Test, test, test. Why? Speakers.
Okay, before we go any further, prayer of protection. Dual prayer of protection, man. Put it there.
You want me to say my prayer of protection in my head right now?
Oh, I'm saying mine. Okay, well, he's going to be setting all that up. I'm going to run a Hack Shack session here just to see if we get any responses on our apps.
So do we want the sugar bowl by itself, or do we want to double down and do kettle fountain and sugar bowl at the same time?
Probably just water coming through the tap, sugar bowl, right? That'll be loud enough.
Yes, but is it going to provide enough syllables, or is it going to? Are we going to get clearer communication if we have two devices? Like, these are the things I contemplate.
Oh, keep it simple, chunky water. Keep it simple. This is our first live test together. I'd say keep it as simple as you can. The less variables, the better for now.
Feed this cable over here.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm going to run some Hack Shack. Got a response already, man. It just turned it on.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, fire it up. Okay, take number 2. We had to reinstall the software on the mic so that we could turn it up via software. Now we got it, we should be able to control the volume of that.
Okay, so I'm going to try and turn that volume up using the software. Surround sound is set to 17, TV speaker set to 50. I am now increasing the volume. Hold on, so that's going to work.
So the filter just going to come out of those speakers?
I'm going to put the filter on, hang on. This is crazy, but if this works. Okay, let's see here. I have to engage. Turn this on. There. It's on, and it's working.
Dude, I heard your name. First thing it said was your name.
Why is it not working? Do we need to turn the microphone up at the sink? Like, we should be hearing it, but we're not. It's got it on radio. Did you hear that? What am I holding in my hand?
Okay, can you guys slow down? It's working! You said something about filtered.
How many fingers am I holding up?
We want you to say both of our names.
Say just his name. You just say his name. Did you hear it? So this is not going to be... I'm going to turn the mic up, okay? Tell me if it's better or worse.
That's it. You guys are hearing spirit voices through the water right now. I don't know what they're saying.
I think if you're going to have to sit down and listen back to this and see what messages are saying.
God, it would take hours to analyze. They don't stop.
Well, they don't stop speaking. Let's try a different setting here. I'll put it on voice.
Alright guys, so I'm just sitting here editing what Grant and I recorded earlier, and everything you've seen on the screen so far is what we heard live. You know, his name, my name, filtered, a few different things, the Hack Shack response. I'm going to stop this video here because we went on for another hour. I actually did a session, asked questions, etc. But Grant just called me and told me he did a video as well covering some of what we did. So I'm going to end this one here. The takeaway from this is you have to remember we're not running software. We're running water out of the tap into a bowl and then filtering that and getting voices which say our names and answer questions. Now, the thing that I'm going to say is that this was not any easier to analyze listening to this stuff. It's still garbled. It's still muddy. Where do we go from here to clean it up, to make it easier? I don't know. But that has to be done in order for us to have a live back and forth as we're actually sitting there, ask a question, hear the response, and then ask another question. That's what we want to do. Anyway, this was the first step, and I thought it was really cool. Let me know what you guys think down below.